Juana, and today we're going to talk about one of your favorite subjects, comida, or food. Think of a world without avocados to make your delicious guacamole, or tomatoes to make pizza, spaghetti sauce, and that fabulous salsa you make. Well, all of those were given to us by the indigenous people of this hemisphere. And you know, we've already talked about how Latinos are a mixture between the Indians and the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere and the Europeans. But what the indigenous people did is that they were great agriculturalists. Think about the Incas, who had 3,000 kinds of potatoes that you can make mashed or fried or au gratin, 3,000 different kinds of potatoes. And then in the Southwest, the Indians really cultivated three plants that they considered the three sisters. And it was corn, which is such a beautiful thing, and squash, and the third one was the ever popular frijoles, or beans. So beans and corn and squash were planted together, and just like diversity, they helped each other and they supported each other. The beans would grow up the corn stalks, the great leaves of the squash would provide moisture for the soil, and the corn, of course, it would bring in the sunshine and the rain. So those were the three crops. But what you need to know is that at the time that the conquest happened, Europe was having many famines and people were not healthy. And yet the Indians in this hemisphere were considered the noble and strong savages because there were actually no diseases here. They were so healthy. And that was because of their wonderful diet. Now think about this. The Mexicans who gave us chili had 4,000 kinds of chili. And diversity is really important in food because one of the reasons the Irish famine happened is because they didn't have a whole bunch of different potatoes. So you have to have diversity in food in order to have strength and resiliency and vibrancy. And the last thing I want to tell you that's so important is that indigenous people gave the world 3/5 of the diet we have today. So as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, let's celebrate all the food that was brought to us by our ancient relatives. And stay tuned because I'm going to teach you how to make a very special dish called calabacitas, which means little squashes, in which we mix the three sisters and come up with a fabulous dish that adds a little bit of Anglo cheese on top, just to add to that diversity que pasa today. So happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Join me tomorrow.